Hello. I've been thinking about how is love seen and where is love seen. Now, when you go outside and you get out into nature, what is it that you particularly love? Is it the open spaces? Is it the mountains? Is it hearing the birds? Is it seeing dogs run free or horses running along a beach? What is it? There's so much, isn't there? Sunsets. People want to swim with the dolphins, don't they? We love being out. We love seeing nature. It's fascinating. But I wonder, why is it that it draws love out of us? And wonder, why is it? And I think it's a good question, really. And then the other day I was talking to a friend and said about love. And she just said, love is as big as God. And I thought, and how big is God? uh, Too big to know. Too big to know. So how do we know that, God can be seen through love, that what he does, what he makes? Well, yeah, it says that. One of my favourite verses is Romans 1 verse 20. And it says, since the creation of the world, God's power and his invisible nature have been clearly seen in the things he's made. Well, if God is love and we know he loves the world, John 3:16, his love is so vast and so big, then the things he makes has got love in it. Now that might be the secret as to why it is when we get out in nature, it draws love from us because we're responding to the love that is in the nature. Now I've got this, look, this amaryllis. This is the third time in less than a year that it's done this. It's doing it silently. And as you know, it's going to have the trumpets coming out, probably about 4. And it does it silently and beautifully. Now, amaryllis might not be your thing, might not be your favourite flower. But there's something kind of marvellous, isn't there, about things growing. And I want to show you something else. One of my favourite things, we've had snow, haven't we, recently? And if you look up about snow, the scientists are saying there are just so many designs in snowflakes, it's countless, absolutely countless. Well, why is it that there should be so many different designs? And they've categorised them. And here's some of the categories. There's actually 20. Look, there we go. Aren't they lovely? Now that's just diagrams. Yeah, under a microscope, they realised just what they're like. And if you notice, they've all got 6 points. I thought that was fascinating. And they said, yeah, they always have 6 points. I thought, well, why is that? But then, I don't know, but it reminded me of the 6 days of creation. Yeah, God made things in 6 stages. So I don't know, but just how my mind works really, but aren't they beautiful? And then here's an actual photograph of one. See that? Isn't that stunning? Isn't that beautiful? And what is beauty? And again, it just draws love out of me. And there's love gone into this. It's like when you bake your favourite meal for a friend or, for a husband or maybe for a lover of some sort. You just want to put your love into it, yes? Love goes into this. It's fantastic. And the last thing I wanted to say was about our face. I learned that our face has 43 muscles, just in our face. And when you smile, you use 17 of them. Yeah. But when you frown, you're actually using all 43. Now, that's the point, isn't it? Can love be seen in a smile? Well, you alone can answer that. But can love be seen in a smile? I reckon so. But in a frown? And how do you age fast? Supposing I was frowning all the time. Or just passive like that. Would I be using more muscles? Would I keep younger if I smile? So when I go out today and walk around the lake maybe and I see people, will I smile at them? Is it a way of communicating some sort of love? And by the way, it says that smiling gets your brain happy, releases endorphins, makes us feel happy. So we can see love through a smile and we can see God's love through the things he's made. So I'm going to get out there because the weather's warming up. Yeah, bye.